Anything that you dream, just like don't give up on it. Never give up on it, because it can happen. I never would have thought when I was 6 and I stepped on the ice that it would turn into this dream and like this like thing that I love so much. Sometimes I get so tired, I want to find a place to lay my head. I look up to the sky and I feel the warmest light comfort me. When I was 2 days old, I stopped breathing and my mom and dad were panicked, didn't know why, the doctors didn't know why. And it was actually that I had really, really bad acid reflux, and I was allergic to my mom's breast milk, but we didn't know at the time because the doctors didn't know I was anaphylactic to anything because I was only 2 days old. And I continued to have really bad food allergy reactions, and eventually when I was probably 2 years old, they finally did blood testing and skin testing and found out that I was anaphylactic to 95% of all food. When I started skating when I was 6, I went to an ice skating class just because I had convinced my mom to take me, and my dad was kind of like skeptical. He was kind of like, well, I think she should try it, but like, let's not get like crazy. Let's just be careful, because he was really worried that like I was going to like fall on my stomach and hurt my tube or something. Growing up, like I can't ever really imagine a time when I wasn't allergic. It's just been a part of my life. And then when I was 3.5, I got my feeding tube placed because I was failure to thrive, and I was, I think, 22, 27 pounds when I was like 3 years old, and they were really worried. Well, I can eat some things now, and that's why I got the feeding tube. So they put formulas into that, which helped me grow so much and kept me alive. And then as I got older, it became harder because when I wanted to skate, I didn't want to have a pump on my back and have a backpack on. And so they told me that I started doing gravity feeds, which is just where I hook my tube up and then I pour formula down into my stomach. And I do that about 4 times a day. And so throughout the day, so like breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then if I need an extra, I'll normally need an extra before school time because I'm so exhausted from skating. But after a tube feed, like I definitely have more energy, and it's just like after eating a big meal. And I can eat like the 5% of foods I'm not allergic to, so I can eat chicken, rice, potatoes, turkey, beef. So I can have like a good amount of things, but my favorite thing is potatoes. I eat potatoes and everything. And I also, the only allergen I ever outgrew was milk and dairy, so I can have like chocolate, and that's my favorite. It's my little treat. A day in the life of Kendall will be getting up, taking like my formula and my medicines for having my medical situation through my G-tube, and then going to the rink and skating for a few hours, and then I might have like a vocal lesson after that, so I have to go to my church and have a vocal lesson, and then normally I have school, because I have school in the afternoons because I'm home hospital school through my school district. So I'll have school, do lots of homework, and that's pretty much it, and then the same thing over again. basically what my doctor, they've done a lot of studies and they're still researching food allergies because it's growing, like the epidemic. I think there's 15 million Americans with food allergies at the moment. But it's sort of funny because the things that I eat a lot, I tend to not have allergies to, but then one day you could just wake up and eat it and it's an allergy. Like I used to have tomato all the time. I would eat like tomato sauces on like spaghetti noodles or ketchup on French fries, that type of thing. And then one day I had, I think I was eating like a cheese pizza my mom had cooked for me, and there was sauce on it, and I just had a really bad reaction. And then ever since I've eaten tomato, my lips swell up, and it's not anaphylactic, but it's a really bad allergy. The reactions are normally about the same. There's different types of reactions to different things. Like if I'm deathly allergic to peanuts, tree nuts, really any type of nut or seed, eggs and soy and pork and things like that. So if I were to like ingest that, or when it comes to nuts, even breathing it or touching it, my lips swell up, my face swells up, and the worst part, my throat swells up, so then I stop breathing. And that's what's happened 8 times. So I've almost lost my life 8 times, and it's definitely what drives me to keep going because it was terrifying. Every time it happens, it's different. A different reaction, and mainly every time it's been just from breathing or touching something I'm allergic to. I've seen great heights reminding me I'm alive, and I don't wanna die. I don't wanna waste another day or night. I know there's something more than what we're living for. I see it in the stars, I feel it on the shore. I know there's something more. What keeps me going is definitely my faith. On a daily basis, I don't know what I would do without like my faith in God and my family and the support of my friends.